Okay, this week we're looking at an important new philanthropy, Chronicle of Philanthropy article called America's Giving Crisis and the Plan to Fix It. And I want to look at a couple of the charts because some really interesting data. This chart is the share of American households looking at from 2000 to 2018, so a span of 18 years, and the different sectors, whether you saw a decline or an increase. So overall, we've seen 16 percentage point decline, 16% decline in overall giving, and that is followed up. It looks like it correlates pretty closely with both secular giving and religious giving. Religious giving having the largest drop, but that also correlates with a lot of Pew survey data showing that Americans, the nuns, the none of the above in terms of religious affiliation, that category is the fastest growing religious affiliation category in the country. And then you see a few other areas decline: basic needs, health, education, and a few areas going up, but very slightly. Youth and family services, environment and animals, arts and culture, and international giving. So I think this chart is just really interesting. Overall, we've had pretty dramatic decreases in terms of the number of households that give anything to charity. And only certain sectors showing growth and increases. This is not terribly different than the Giving USA data that we saw over the summer, but I think it's important to stay on top of this stuff. This came from the Lilly Family School of Philanthropy, if you want to look at the source data. But yeah, it's just really interesting to me. And this is a broader period than some of the other charts that we've looked at. So again, this is almost 20 years to see significant drops, so pushing 1/5, 20% cut. I remember when I was a phonathon caller in 2000, or phonathon manager in 2005, 2006, 2007, and we talked about a 20% drop in the state support of higher education, and that was a huge talking point, a huge statistics, because a 20% budget cut basically from one of your sources of your budget is a huge thing to try to make up. And here we have this drop in giving in terms of the share of American households. That's a lot. That's a lot. And what we're having to do, nonprofits are having to do, is focus on mega donors, larger donors, and it doesn't leave a lot of time to cultivate relationships with sort of those more modest donors at the bottom of the pyramid, if we're looking at a classic view of philanthropy. So again, no answers here, but an awful lot of questions, and hopefully in the next video I'll get into some of the proposed solutions that the article puts forward.